Hey you guys, it's me, Rachel, here with Senza Cane Corso. So I'm here with Berlin and Preacher and Zool. And as you can see here, Zool is horsing around and Berlin's kind of keeping an eye on him. And Zool's kind of inviting Berlin to play a little bit, but Berlin actually refused it. Kind of sent him on his way a little bit and turned around and is watching him. And so he's been kind of being the big brother, almost like a babysitter type role right now, of like trying to get this pup to behave himself. And you see him watching him there. He's just constantly watching him. And a Preacher got onto him earlier in a video that I did on Life of Senza when I first let him out. And so you can see he's just kind of got that high energy, running around, excited. Nothing wrong with that. You see how big Berlin is. Gosh, I can't wait. I hope I get to stay here. Because if I do, y'all, if I get to stay here, let me tell you something. This pool, it's going to be done. It's going to be done. I will know what it is like to be here and to be in this water on a hot day, just looking up at all these trees and all the nature, just sitting there floating on my back, just thinking about things. It will happen. It will happen, you guys, if I get to stay here. Which may happen. We'll see. I've been, there's been some developments that, I'm hesitant to talk about. But we'll see what happens. So, I guess I don't want to jinx it or something. I'm not really sure. I don't know that I could, but in that regard, it's just something I got to really think about. Boy, he was almost going to try. You. He thought about it. Good boy, Berlin. Good boy. Berlin is such a good dog. So he came over. He knows that I've been watching this pup. He knows this pup is in training right now because he went through it himself. He went through training. And so he saw what happened. He saw me get onto that pup. He saw that pup run off. And then he went to go check and see what he was up to. Realized that he had taken off. There was no need for him to help out. And he went on about his way. Now we got to put this kennel up. Jeez Louise. I'll tell you what. Need a full-time staff over here to keep these grounds right. Oh, there's some thunder. That's nice. Oh, I like that. What's up, big dog? What's up, my baby? So Berlin is one of the things I really like about him a lot is that he's like Preacher. There you go. See, in the sense that he figures out how he's needed and how to help out. And he does it willingly. I don't have to ask him to do it. I don't have to instruct him. I don't have to teach him anything. He automatically, so that rooster just took a hen, and the other rooster came up and was like, hey, back off. That's my hen. And now he's going back to his other hens. So anyway, Yuki, quiet. And so what I like about him is he's like Preacher in that way. Preacher is a dog that I never had to teach to do his job. He's always just figured out what we're doing and then figured out the best way that he could help out. And for me, that's my definition of a working dog. A working dog is a dog that is easily put to work in the sense that you can just have them with you and then they see what you're doing and then they will figure out their best way to help you. Like, for example, these are the kind of dogs that if you're digging a hole, they'll come over and they'll just start digging along with you. They're like, oh, you're digging a hole? Well, heck, I'll help you dig a hole. And they'll get in there and try to dig with you, you know? And so there's a lot that they do that really gives them that benefit. Come on, let's go. Oi, let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oi, Zool. Psh, let's go. Come on, get over here. Zool. See how he doesn't even look at me? Come on. Let's go, puppy, puppy, puppy. Come on, Berlin. Let's go. Good boy. Good boy, Berlin. Good boy. Come on, puppy. Zool. Come on, boy. See, he completely ignores me. Come on. Zool. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come here. And it's not that he doesn't know that I'm talking to him. He's just literally ignoring me. Zool, come on. Come on, puppy. Come here, puppy. Acting like he's doing something. Come on, boy. Come on, Zool. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. I'm going to shut this gate. All right, let's go. Good boy, Zool. Now he's forced to be with us. With the men. Not that I'm a man, but he's with the men. With the men folk. So we have an alpha, and then we have a young, fair, good adolescent. Not a bully, right? Like, I wouldn't have him out here with Grim, because Grim is a bully. And he would just be selfish the whole time and not give the puppy what he needs. And that's not fair to this pup. You know what I mean? There we go. Look at that. Great movement. Prancing already. Or as we call gating. Put a little bit of a gallop on it. Oh, he looks just like his father. That's the most that I could hope for. Right there. He's big too. About 5 months old. Almost like, I think he's over half as tall as his father already. Oh, checking out the fence line. Let's see if he's gonna poop. Yep, he's gonna poop. Berlin! Come here, boy. I know I need to mow in here. We will. What's up, preacher man? What's up, big dog? What's up, big dog? He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah. What's up, Berlin? You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. Where's your boy at? Where's your son? Zool! Come on, puppy! Oi! Psh, don't you do that. Well, he tried, but he gave up. Preacher, go get that boy. Go get your son. Hurry, let's go get that puppy. Hurry. Let's go get that puppy. Let's go. Go get him. That's your son. Go get him. Psst. Zool. Psst. Ay. Psst. No. Psst. Punk. No. Psst. No. Psst. No. Berlin's going in to get him. See what I mean by that? How I didn't have to tell him to do anything. He automatically stepped in and started to try to help out. See? He's hurting him. He's probably going to put him in submissive posture. Oh, look. Maybe he's trying to get him out. That could be it. Preacher, what the hell was that? Rude. You don't want him disciplining your son, then you do it. Don't you hit that boy. It's a baby. He may look big, but that's a baby. Down. Don't you give him side eye. Down. Now. All the way. All the way, preacher. All the way. Now. Your son needs discipline. And if you're not going to give it to him, somebody else will. Rude. I'm gonna walk up and just smack him, and poor Berlin just stood there and took it because he trusted the old man. And it may not seem like nothing, but the reality of the situation is that Berlin is only 8 months old. He's a baby. And so he may look like he's big enough that he can take it, and Preacher may think he can, and he might be all butthurt because he is so big. But the reality is that Berlin is at a very sensitive time in his development and does not need to be hit hard by anybody. Oh, look, he's making a break for it. Look at this dog. Smarter than he looks. Look at him. He immediately went. You see, I've already dealt with your father, so I already know the level of intelligence that you harbor within that little head of yours. So I was watching, boy. I was watching you. Oh, man. Everybody loves Preacher, but let me tell you something. You don't want to raise a Preacher. It is a headache. It is hard. They're going to make you pull out all your stops. Behave. You look just like your father. You look just like your father. Come on. Let's go. Anyway, we'll get better. So the reality is that I haven't really done a lot with this dog. And look at him immediately going back. Ach! Oi! Zoo! Psst, get away from my gate. Now! Shh! Go! Stubborn dog. Doing what he wants. Well, thinks he's doing what he wants. I mean, he is doing what he wants, but he's a jerk. I told people when Preacher, for the first 6 months of his life, I didn't even really like him. He was so much work. And I just didn't like it. I prefer a dog like Berlin that's easier. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be honest. Like I don't have to do all this work. I don't have to work on outsmarting him. It's like everything's not a battle. Everything's not this big power struggle. And the reality is that these dogs are intelligent. Oh, look, Preacher's finally watching him now. Finally doing his dang job. Look at him. So you see how that pup came up all submissive like? And so anyway, so Berlin is just an easier dog, and I prefer that. I mean, these dogs have their place. They do. They're very intelligent. I mean, a lot of this is just, it's very similar to that way I was. Like when I was a kid, I did not like being told what to do. Certainly didn't want to listen to nobody. Look who's watching. And so I really resented being told what to do. I hated people that wanted to control me as a kid. And I wanted to do my own thing, and I thought I was smarter than everybody else. And not everybody else. That's not true. There were definitely people that I respected and felt that were smarter than me. But the people that I didn't, I just had zero respect for, and I had to learn that through life, really. And because it didn't do me any good. It's not a good way to be. It's not a good way to think. And my life's gotten better the more that I've learned that. And I've always did better with people that were tougher, people that didn't let me push them around. And so that's what these dogs need. They need very clear instruction. They need very firm ownership. They need consistency. And it's work, man. It's not about you. It's not about what you want. It's not about the experience that you envisioned in your mind about what it was going to be like to have this certain dog. It's what they want it to be. You know what I mean? And that's why I tell people all the time, like, you can't pick on color with this breed, especially because the difference in the level of involvement that you will have in that dog's training is extremely different based upon the dog. So a dog like this requires a lot of work. I mean, I'm literally having to sit here and guard this fence until he gives up, and until he stops, trying to do his thing. And quiet down. Cut it out. Stop it. There's two puppies, I swear to you, man. They're feeding off of each other. I gotta separate them soon. This is about the age when I gotta separate them because they all feed off each other's energy and get too excited. And then they become wild, rabid dogs. Look at him, look at him, look at him. Yeah, look at him eyeballing it. Still hasn't given up yet. But he thinks that I see now. Look, so he's trying to act like he's not watching. You see, but as soon as I moved over, how he gave up. Very intelligent dog. Very intelligent. Slight nuances in my behavior cause drastic changes in his. Showing how much in tune he is with me and what I'm doing. Now, he's in tune in the wrong way right now. He's in tune to trying to get around me and away from me and kind of outsmart me. But if I can turn that around into working with me, then, you know, you can imagine the potential that a dog like that has. Look at that. So Berlin collected him up, has moved him away from the fence. That's good. And I'm going to reward by moving away as well. Let's see if he saw me. Look at him. He sees me. See how he's watching me? You may not be able to see this. He's really eyeballing me. And then he saw me stop. And so he stopped. And he's watching me to see what I do. Because I bet you, look at him, look at him, look at me. I bet you that he wants to go back to the fence now. Let's see. So he went forward. Oh, look. See, look at him. Look at him. He's going to, look at him, watch him. I bet you he's going to run. He's going to try to make it before me. Look and watch. Let's see if Berlin, look at him. What a good boy. Look at that, dude. I didn't even have to tell him. Isn't that fantastic? I didn't even have to tell Berlin. And let's see what he does. Let's see. So the puppy saw me now. I don't know if you can see him, but he's right in there. So he saw me. Oh, look. He's going to try to, look at him. See, he's still trying to make it out. He knows. See what he does. He's going to come back out. He's going to act like everything's just fine and dandy. Very smart dog, man. Extremely intelligent dog. Look at him eyeballing the fence. Still wants to try to make it out. Hasn't given up yet. Eyeballing it, sees me looking, stops. Eyeballing it, wags his tail at Berlin, who's eyeballing him, and Preacher, who's eyeballing him. That's the acknowledgement that they get. Your son is a total just jerk. What's up with that, man? Just like you. Love Preacher, but he was just like, not just like this. I mean, he wasn't doing this kind of silliness, but he was very stubborn, very strong-willed, was going to do what he wanted to do. Very intelligent. Only, like, when I told him to sit, he didn't want to sit unless there was something in it for him. Watch. I ran him off. And, because this is my boundary and he's not going to do it anymore. And, anyway, so he, and when he would sit, he would go, he would do that. Yeah, just give me attitude. And so I finally got sick and tired of it, man. And I went out and I worked him. I worked him the way that people work stubborn horses around a round pen. And I had that boy walking and moving his feet. And I worked him to the point that he didn't want to work no more. And then we worked some more on top of that. And he learned real fast and in a hurry that being stubborn was a lot more difficult than doing the right thing. And that's what it took for him. I worked that stubbornness right on out of him. And I'll do it with this one too. But they're not for everybody. I'll tell you what, I've had, out of this whole litter with Preacher, I've had 3 people need assistance, which is unheard of for me. I rarely ever need help like anybody ever needs help with my dogs. Like, they just, I'm pretty particular about who gets my dogs first of all. Like, I'm one of those people that I don't even sell to people who will immediately take the dog to a trainer. Like, you have to be able to train your own dog, because the reality is that most trainers are trash these days. They should not be working with any kind of powerful, stubborn breed. They can work with the smaller, the Labradors, the whatever, the more easygoing dogs, but they don't have the skills to work with dogs like these, and they end up doing more damage than good. And so I don't like my owners taking their dogs to trainers, because it's just so hard to find a good trainer. And so, but these people, man, 3 people have needed help, and I'm not faulting them for it. I know what it is. You know what I mean? I know how hard it was to have Preacher when he was a puppy, and how much work he was. And I oftentimes will tell people that it's possible that they can get a male like that whenever I'm talking to people, and when I'm addressing people's beliefs about the dogs, and what they've heard and what they think they're getting. And I will tell them about what it was like having Preacher. And more often than not, they don't get that. More often than not, it's really not that extreme. But in this particular litter mixed with Mona, you know, all I can tell you is that there were some real stubborn, very intelligent dogs, extremely intelligent dogs that were actively working against their owners. And you really just had to be almost on my level to handle those dogs. Like, it's like, these dogs are 100% work. That's what they are. 100% work. You don't get to have a lot of that enjoyment with them, a lot of that spoiling them and playtime stuff, because they take it wrong, and they take it as a way of kind of manipulating and getting over on you. And so you really have to treat them almost more like a Malinois, like in the level of training that they need, where they constantly need to be worked and reminded that their job is to do what they're told, and to get out any of that mischievousness that they may want to. They can get bored, and they can get in trouble. And so sometimes you just need to work them just to kind of get that out of them. And it's not super common anymore these days, but I will tell you that Preacher's lines are very old, and it took a lot of work for me to get him to behave. And so anyway, and this is not a fearful dog. This dog's not afraid of me. You know, his tail is up. He's not afraid. He's just doing what he wants, you know. Very independent guy, doing what he wants. A lot of times, the really fearful dogs will stay with the other dogs, and they might avoid the person, but they'll stay with the other dog, or the tail will be tucked. There will be very clear signs of stress, heavy panting, you know, repetitive pacing in a very certain situation. You know, just Izzy has done that before, you know. And it's not that can't change. It's not that they can't come out of that, but particularly when they're young and they're adolescents. And in her case, I had her mixed with a pack that she wasn't familiar with. And so it can happen, but that fear is not what we're seeing with this dog here. So what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to try to invite him to do the right thing, instead of trying, because we're now at this kind of standoff. And so I'm going to move over here. I'm going to give him my back, and we'll see what he does. Mona, be quiet. I got to put a collar back on her, man. She is something else. These custodian nose dogs are so freaking loud. That's the one thing I don't like. They bark a lot. It's not that you can't get onto them. There he is. Good job. All right. Made the right decision. Yay. That's good. I like that. Structure. Good boy. Doesn't have the best front, but it's not horrible. And Preacher has really, really good front assemblies in his pedigree, like in his lines. And he produces them. And his son has a fantastic front. Look at that. Face licking, tail wagging, low body. But he is smelling his genitalia. Very dominant thing for a male to do, but that's okay. Come on. I think Preacher kind of ignores him because he knows who he is. He knows that's his son. I've never kept a son from him before, and I think he knows this male's potential. And sometimes males are not like you know, nobody wants to be replaced. You know what I mean? And so there's a certain level of competitiveness, I think, even in those moments. Berlin inviting to play. Oh. See, he's going to make it back. See if Berlin cuts him off. Yeah, he did. Cut him off. He's faster. I guess you can't see. Hold on. So they're over there horsing around. Let's see if Berlin brings him back. If he's a really good dog, he'll bring him back. I mean, he's a really good dog anyway. But if he was like out of this world, he'd bring him back. Like, I would just be so impressed. Let's see what happens. I see them playing kind of a ring around the rosy over there. Oh, there's Berlin again. Berlin. Yeah, so he's trying to get him to chase him, I can see. Because Zool is like hanging out. There he is. Oh, Berlin gave up. You pretty baby? Hey, don't hit me, my boy. Good boy. Where's that baby? Why you run off with that baby? He says, I tried, Mama. I tried to get him. I saw him. He was like doing these running like flybys. Come on, Zool. Come on, puppy, puppy, puppy. And you guys know, normally that's enough for me to collect my puppies. Come on. Puppy, 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 puppy. Come on, puppy. Zool, come here. But not for that stubborn dog. Not for that stubborn dog. Let's walk over here. Oh God, I just realized how long this video is. I'm very sorry. All right, if I can get him to come over here, we'll consider it a good day, and then we will end this video on a good note, because then we'll leave. Come on, Zool. I'm gonna move back up in here a little bit. Let's see if he comes. Turn around. Good boy. Good boy, yes. Good boy, Zool. What a good boy you are, yes. Good boy. Good boy, yes. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, yes. You're a good boy. Just squishy booty, yes. All right, now we'll leave. Now he's done well. He came, and because he came, I will give him the reward of us leaving this train in space. Good boy, Zool. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Look at Berlin cutting him off. He's a smart dog. I like him a lot. I like you. I like you a lot, boy. Good dog. He may not be right off Preacher, but he is Preacher's lines. You know what I mean? That's his great grandfather. All right. But I would be lying if I said that I felt that his behavior, come on, boy, is directly correlated with Preacher, because what we're seeing out of Zool is Preacher. 100%. This level of sweetness and obedience right here, this is actually a mixture of Mad Mortigan and Blondie. Not that I put those two together, but Nirvana obviously comes off of Blondie, and Blondie is very, very sweet like that. And his mother, Nirvana, also very sweet like that. Takes after her mother, Blondie. Come on, Zool. Look at him. Come on, Zool. Good boy. Good boy. Yay, good boy. Anyway, alrighty. Well, I'll talk to y'all later. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.